Hey everybody, this is dumwaldo from vaporsforum.com, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Xhaler. I'm not going to talk about the voltage on this device. I have some videos up that you might want to watch if you're interested in that. For our purposes, this is a 6-volt mod, and that's what I bought, that's what I expected, that's what I got. The Xhaler goes for about $75 from Xhaler.com, and it's available in a variety of different finishes. The finish on the Xhaler is just a decal. It's a sticker that goes around it, and it does have a seam on it that you will be able to feel when you hold the Xhaler. It also can be susceptible to something else. When my Xhaler got covered with a sticker, there was a little speck of dust underneath where the sticker went on, and there's a little tiny dot on it now because of it. I can feel it with my finger, I can see it when it catches the light right. It's a minor imperfection, but it is there. There's 11 different finishes that you can get it. Last time I looked, there was only 5 of them available, so they're not always all available, but there is an assortment of different looks that you can get. The Xhaler will come standard with a 901 tip and an 801 tip. There are separate adapters for the 2 different styles. The 801 cap that I got with my Xhaler had a little bit of a problem with it, so I also got this 901 to 801 adapter that is BE112 compatible with the slot cut into it and the air holes in the sides. All in all, the value on this thing is just, it's astounding what you get for your dollar with this. There's very, very little out there that can match this. You could try the Chuck, you could try the copper, but the Xhaler is, in my opinion, a beautiful, refined package for a great, great price. I'm not entirely sold on the sticker being around it. I do imagine that at some point the corners are going to start peeling on it, and when that happens, my sticker is going to be gone, and this will be as dangerous as a GG Grant, because if the button touches metal that contacts the body, it will short it out and fire the atomizer. All in all, it is a really good PV, and it's such a great value that I'm really impressed with it. The 901 atomizer screws down pretty firm to the body of the Xhaler itself, and because it screws down like that, it really prevents a lot of leakage when you flood, because I'm a dripper and I do tend to flood quite frequently. With other mods that I have, there's either a reservoir to catch the liquid, or it just runs right down on the side of it. This is the only thing that I have that has that flat top design that really seems to still retain the liquid pretty well and not have any flooding problems. A vape's great at 6 volts. It gives a good deep throat hit and it gives a nice amount of vapor. I have no complaints with it. I even have learned to like the button placement on it. Instead of having a button I hit with my thumb up here, it's got the button down on the tail end of it, and it needs you to press it pretty firmly for it to activate. The design of the device is pretty good. We have the atomizer. Oh, look at that nice light ray shooting in across my video. Have the atomizer cap. That comes off, unthreads, and the batteries come out through that side. On the bottom side we have this Delrin cap, which is actually pretty durable. I've dropped my Xhaler quite a few times. I've tattooed up my Delrin cap a little bit. It's got some scuff marks on it, but it does the job great still. The button, there's a set screw that if you turn, the whole center assembly on the button becomes loose and just kind of hangs on the post. That whole post, that whole button assembly is just in there by pressure. So if I put something inside there and put a little pressure down on it, I can get the button to push out. And I can get the pieces to drop all over the place. So you got your aluminum tube with a little hole for the button to go into. Now this is the button assembly. There is a Delrin cap that it sits inside of that provides the insulation on the body, and then you have the button itself, which is just a little spring assembly plunger button. That's going to sit inside here, which is the center post for the Xhaler. So when it goes through the body, you end up having this kind of an effect. That's what you get. And the button, the body of the button touches the body of this, the spring contacts the negative on the battery, and there's your whole negative terminal. Now, it's sitting inside the tube, and when you press this plunger down, that pushes down and makes contact with the body itself and energizes the entire device. Putting it back together, not very difficult either. Put the Xhaler cap back onto the button. Put the button in partially. Slide it into the hole on the end, on the center post. And it slides down. Now that Xhaler cap, you really want to push that in nice and firm. That Xhaler cap provides a place for the center part to sit on when you go to put it back together. I'm just gonna drop the set screw. That's not good. I'm going to tighten up the set screw, and since we want to have the set screw sticking out a little bit, I'm going to turn it 1/3 of a turn out, and that's going to leave it sticking out a little bit the way it's supposed to, the way you'll see in all the videos. And the Xhaler end cap screws right back on. Now if you have any problems putting this back on, chances are you don't have that set screw centered right. And there you have it. That's the Xhaler from Xhaler. I think it's a great mod. I think it's a great value. And as long as you ignore certain voltage claims and just assume that it's going to be either a 6-volt mod or a 3.7-volt mod, it's phenomenal. Vape on.